Seattle Seahawks. Let's first of all, it feels good that training camp's here. It feels good to just if you anybody that's listening to this means you love football. When you love football, you know what this feeling is, right? To start seeing those clips and just start seeing the practices and start just feeling football. When you start to feel football, there's a special feeling. And it's pretty simple.
Absolutely. My biggest issue here with this training camp is hasn't really been the smoothest training camp so far with our two top running backs getting hurt. That's where I'd like to start it off.
Yeah. I don't worry about training camp injuries too much unless they become like this person's out for 3 months, 4 months into the season. The Zach Charbonnet one seems a little more serious because it was like out indefinitely, but indefinitely can mean like 3-4 weeks.
Yep.
And Kenneth Walker was something that he's been dealing with apparently, right? Pre-training camp. So I'm not like ridiculously concerned, but it is an odd trend for the Seattle Seahawks. And it's a trend that, maybe is the reason a lot of GMs in the NFL now do not want to pay running backs because it is a position that is very easy to get injured at. And you tend to see it. They take a lot of damage everywhere on their body, every single movement, every single part of their body. And you have the two guys, the guy we picked last year that was one of the best, rookie running backs
Started
in the league.
off hurt too.
Yeah, he started off hurt. And then you have the guy that, was a second-round pick this year for a team that already had a good running back, which was, a high pick to use. Now you have both of them hurt. Luckily, DJ Dallas is still there, even though it's nothing, I'm not.
What round was DJ Dallas picked in?
Late round.
Like third, fourth, something like that back in the day?
I have no idea.
Well, the reason I'm asking this is I feel like the Seahawks got it right in general. And that's kind of where I wanted to go.
He was a fourth-round pick.
Fourth-round pick. Okay. The Seahawks have got it right in general for running backs. Like the way you have to do the NFL for running backs, this is post-Marshawn Lynch for the Seahawks, is keep drafting a bunch of running backs, hope they stay healthy, and rotate guys in. We saw Rashad Penny last year when healthy, ran the ball really well. Kenneth Walker.
And then it was time for him to get paid, and we said, go ahead.
So, yeah, and I would love, obviously, I'd love to see Kenneth Walker. I love watching him play on the Seahawks for a really long time. But the reality of this organization and what they do is they get these running backs, they run them a little bit behind the good offensive line, hopefully now, get some good mileage out of them, and then restock and repile just over and over again. I'm telling you, next year during the draft, the Seahawks will draft another running back. It's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be it's not going to be in the early rounds though next year.
Unless McIntosh and Charbonnet play and do well, they might wait 1 year because that's two rookies, and you'd still have Kenneth Walker in his rookie deal. So I feel like next year could be a small exception because last year we got one running back because we had Rashad Penny and we had only 1 year left there, and this year we picked up two for that future scenario. So I wouldn't be shocked if next year, if the guys play well, next year's like a year off. But they have the formula down in terms of Rashad Penny was coming up on a contract year. That's why they got Ken Walker. Right. Ken Walker is good, but we saw some injury stuff. So then they're like, okay, let's use a second-round pick and a seventh-round pick. So I think right now we have Ken Walker, second-round pick, Zach Charbonnet, second-round pick, DJ Dallas, a fourth-round pick, and Kenny McIntosh, seventh-round pick. And what's interesting about what they've done is, with guys like Ken Walker, we're talking about Ken Walker was a name I knew in college, a decently big name, but these kind of under, he's not the Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley type of names. And then Kenny McIntosh played for Georgia on national championship teams. So it's oh, you went to a good school and you were very productive. We'll take you on a late round pick. And even Zach Charbonnet played for UCLA, big program, played well. We'll take him on a second-round pick. They've done a really good job of not getting, trying to, worry about getting the next Zeke or Saquon, like you said. And just picking up these high-quality, high-program guys like Michigan State and Georgia and UCLA guys and being we can plug you in for 2 years and just you're not going to get every carry.
Plug and play, plug and play, plug and play, plug and play.
It's the one place you can do that in football.
Right, is running back and maybe wide receiver and corner if you're really good at drafting them. If you're really good.
Yeah, but But
Most
those are
teams are.
important to have a guy or two there more than running back. The thing is, corner. If you're plug and play corner and you have no guys that are very good, your secondary is probably going to be bad.
True.
You can plug and play when you start talking about like the nickel and dime and like, start moving up, adding some guys to plug and play, which I feel like the Seahawks can do a lot of this year with guys like Trey Brown and Michael Jackson, who didn't have a bad year last year, and Kobe Bryant and Devin Witherspoon and Tariq Woolen, and then you got 3 safeties. So we're going to be doing that there, but the difference with that position is like Tariq Woolen might be a star, and Devin Witherspoon was the 5th pick in the draft. He could become a star, right? So it's good to have the base, I feel like, with corners, for example, and same with receivers, and then you can mix in that 3rd, 4th guy. But I feel like running back, you could legitimately plug and play like 4 guys without a star, without even a top 10 guy. I mean, you can have like nobody in the top 20, and it works out. Like the Patriots, they would throw in that one dude that was a comedian. What was his name? Something Gray? Was it Gray?
Yeah, I forget his name, but he had
Something
like 5
Gray.
He had 5 touchdowns on Sunday Night Football, missed practice, got cut, and never played again.
No, he didn't miss practice. He was late.
Late to practice and never played again.
Yeah. And then was it Sonny Gray? No, Sonny Gray is a pitcher.
No, it was something Gray or like, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Against, I think the Colts on Sunday Night Football.
Jonas Gray.
Jonas Gray. Yeah.
I looked it up. Oh, yeah.
What's he doing nowadays? Does anyone know?
Not in the NFL. That's the point, but the Patriots literally do that, right? They're like, oh, okay, next guy. Oh, okay, next guy. It works with running back, and I think the Seahawks have done a great job at that. Although it sucks when 2 of them are hurt. So we're in a weird position. That was a weird, long, topic about running backs.
Well, that's the topic I kind of thought about right when
Yeah.
we started talking about Seahawks. So I actually think it's a good topic because really, other than that, in training camp, I mean, it's been like business as usual, I would say.